Yo, yo, happy Sunday. Peace and blessings. You got your boy WillSoul the third. Another episode of WillSoul's Kitchen. But actually, I'm about to light this grill. So you can kind of see I got my Kingsford applewood charcoal. You know, you can purchase this anywhere. It's got the apple, like the little pieces of apple wood in the charcoal. Hope y'all can see. You can see the little wood chips embedded inside the charcoal. But I still like to use wood chips as well. I'm gonna be grilling some ribeye steaks, some baked potatoes, and corn on the cob. All right. So I like to kind of stack my coals, you know, and then I use my charcoal lighter fluid. Any brand I do. I'm usually a Kingsford person, but you know how these supermarkets are lately with everything going on. You're lucky to find what you're looking for. You know, if not, you gotta settle for the knockoff brand, right? Hey, long as they light and they get my food cooked, that's all I really care for. All right, I'm back. Now I'm about to light my charcoal. Here we go. So get a good even burn. I like to let the charcoal fluid like burn off, and then when the flame go down a little bit and the coals turn white, that's usually when I add my wood and anything else I'm gonna add to my fire to give my smoke a unique flavor. All right, I'm back. So now I'm gonna do my prep. I got some frozen sweet corn from Kroger. It's like 12 of them in a pack. I do like 3 of them in one piece of foil, and then you kind of get the about the size of an actual piece of corn. And if somebody don't want that much, then you can grab 1, 2, or 3, depending on what you want. I usually get my butter, and I just put a couple of pieces of butter in there, and then I like garlic, so I take my garlic and sprinkle a little bit of garlic in there, then do my kosher salt, a little black pepper, and then I like this sauce. I'm sorry, not sauce, but the seasoning right here, Creole dust. I don't know, I just like it. Kind of gives anything a little extra oomph. And just take it, roll up the ends. And that's one. Now that I've done all my corn, now I'm gonna do my baked potatoes. Kind of similar, but this time I'm gonna use my Bertolli, my cooking olive oil, and I'm just gonna coat my potatoes in a little olive oil. And then I'm gonna take my kosher salt, and I'm just gonna give it a couple of squirts on both sides, or turns. Again, a little bit of that garlic, a little bit of this Creole dust, and a little bit of black pepper. Some people might be like, that ain't doing nothing, but it actually kind of cooks into the baked potato, and you can kind of taste it in there. I mean, you still gonna do your butter, your sour cream, your cheese, your chives, bacon bits, especially if you got a lot of a big bakery going on, with that meal. But folks that eat healthier, they probably tend to maybe do a sweet potato or maybe a half of a potato, right? But, again, the choice is yours on how you want to do it. But this is how, on Sundays, this is how we get down in WillSoul's kitchen. All right, so I went ahead and put my baked potatoes on because they need to cook the longest. So go ahead and get those on. And then I'll put my corn on when I put the steaks on. All right, so the next thing is my meat, right? I got three ribeye steaks. Been marinating since yesterday in my own little personal marinade. Now I didn't share that secret. Maybe on another one I will. So my wife, she's not a fan of heavy smoke. So every time I know I got some good smoke going, her piece of meat, I would take her steak and I will wrap it in foil so that it doesn't absorb all of the smoke. It'll still get a little bit, but it won't be too much for her. She's not a heavy smoke person like myself and my daughter, my son. We like bring on the smoke, baby. So I have wrapped her piece, and the other two are in there matriculating, percolating, doing what they do. So now I'm gonna get ready to transport everything out to the grill. Now I'm gonna go ahead and get my corn on. I'm gonna let these sit up here on this top rack. They're frozen, but the heat they will definitely unthaw and cook. So as you can see, my baked potatoes, I'm actually going with a direct heat method with these. Sometimes when you got baked potatoes, sometimes they take a little bit time to cook. I don't want that. So here's my wife's steak. I'm gonna place her steak in the back, offset, indirect. And then I'm gonna take one of the steaks and place it here. And the other steak, place it here. And yeah, I don't believe in wasting onions, marinades, seasonings, any of that. So I'm gonna let that sit right there for a few minutes, and I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna flip them, and then I'm gonna use the rest of that marinade. So as you can see right now, my heat is about 260 and climbing because the door was open. But when I opened it, it was rated at about 300. So that's perfect. Stay tuned. All right, so that heat has risen back up just above 350. So yes, sir. Yes, sir. So now I'm just gonna take them, and I'm gonna flip them over. Move it slightly closer to the heat on the side. You know, you gotta know the people you cooking for, right? So, you know, you definitely have those barbecuers that are barbecue enthusiasts, and you know, they believe all you need is salt and pepper on a steak, you know, and sear that thing, right? You know, and that's cool, you know, but know the audience you're cooking for, right? So some people believe in rears, you know, some people believe in you know, medium rare, medium well, extra well, right? It depends. I know, and everybody got their own opinion. You know, man, you just ruined that steak, right? But ask the question, who paid the money for that steak, right? So let them folks eat their steak how they choose. You eat yours the way you like to eat yours, because I'm darn sure we're gonna eat mine the way I like to eat mine. Stay tuned. All right. I like what it's telling me. I like what it's telling me. I'm gonna put the one in the foil paper and give it a little bit of direct heat just for a few seconds or so. But I'm liking that. I'm liking that. You know, take it and turn it long ways. You take this one and do the same. Liking it. So when I come back, gonna do a wrap, so a foil wrap with some butter and some garlic. Potatoes getting that good heat. You know, you can also, you know, some people, you know, they actually put their, you know, they wrap their potatoes in the heavy duty aluminum foil like these are, but they actually put their potatoes down inside with the coals. You know, I've done it before. They cook a lot faster, so you just got to pay attention, and then you got to have a way to get your grate off and get them out before they, you know, they burn up. But you know, it's a method. All right, so now I'm about to put my final touches on my steak. I like to do a wrap method. A little bit of butter, a little bit of garlic. Then I'm gonna take my steak. Man, it smells amazing. Take it this, turn it that way. Crunch up my corners like that. And do the same thing. Some butter. It just kind of enhances that flavor and that moisture. Just, I don't know. And do the same thing. A little bit of garlic. Same thing. Take that thing. Back it up. Now I'm going to take the 2 steaks that I wrapped in the house, and I am going to let them sit in the foil and that garlic and butter for about 5 minutes. And then I'm also going to just kind of rotate my baked potatoes, and then I'm gonna move my corn down to the bottom. You know, they were frozen, so I just want to make sure that they're good when we open that foil paper. You know, my coals are starting to burn down now, so drop that heat down to the bottom. Here goes my wife's steak that's been wrapped the whole time. Yeah, it's gonna be amazing. All right, so they've been sitting for a few minutes. So I'm about to open up that foil on those steaks. Oh yeah, my corn is right. I see the butter and the juices dripping down there. Yeah, yeah, they ready. They ready. Flip those baked potatoes one last time. All right, so now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take my wife's steak out. Be careful not to burn myself, right? Man, the smoke still smells amazing, y'all. From the grill when I added the wood and the apple. Oh my goodness! Look at that juiciness. I'm gonna take her steak. And just give it a little direct heat. And she's more of a medium well to a well, so that's definitely right up her alley as far as, you know, she don't want to see no red, so you know, that's how she do it. So all right, then I'm gonna open one of the ones that was smoked, and that with all that good white heat. Real direct heat for a few seconds. Oh my gosh. Mm. Wow. That flavor. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna take that same juice. I'm gonna take that same juice out of the foil and pour it back into my container. And do the same thing with this one. Guess I did a good job wrapping these because I almost couldn't get it open. Same thing. Couple of seconds. I'm gonna put my top on. I'm gonna let these rest. And then I'm gonna pull off my corn and my baked potatoes, and it's gonna be time to eat. Now we gotta do a cut test, right? So I still got good pink in there, but it's not bleeding, right? That's how myself and my daughter, we prefer our steak. Lord have mercy. Wow. That flavor profile, it was amazing. I didn't show my marination process, but apple cider vinegar, Worcestershire, a little lemon juice, and then of course that magic in a box. That's Sasson, right? Goya. You know, salt, pepper, garlic, onion, a little of this, a little of that. You know, but the marination process, when you let it sit in the refrigerator overnight, that's what gives you that permeation of flavor that impermeates your meat. And that's the difference in you go to the store an hour ago, bring it home and slap it on the grill. No, and it's not the same. No true flavor, no smoke, especially for my smoke lovers. You know, see I'm rocking my Buc-ee's, you know, compliments of Orlando, Florida. Yeah, amazing time. Anytime you're traveling and you got a Buc-ee's nearby, yeah, you gotta stop. Yeah, they got a lot of grill options and stuff there too, but who has that type of space when you're traveling, unless you got a big truck or something, right? But anywho, before I close, I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. Again, rocking with your boy, WillSoul III. Make sure you check out my music, WillSoul III, all one word, WillSoulii. I'm on Apple Music, I'm on Spotify, Pandora, YouTube, Music, all of the platforms. But check your boy out. Peace, love, blessings.